Thank you very much indeed. So, how will this play out in those crucial marginal seats of ours, places like Dudley North? Labour's tiny majority makes it a prime target for the Conservatives in pursuit of an overall Commons majority next May. Our BBC WM political reporter Catherine Stancheshin said it could have the makings of a genuine three-way contest.
The constituency of Dudley North, Labour's manor since its creation in 1997. But this market town and its surroundings gave the party a bit of a scare at the last election.
And the Tories, who managed to grab Dudley South in 2010, are now looking to conquer the North too.
The Conservative vote has gone up by a few thousand every election, and the Labour vote's gone down by a few thousand. And last time we missed it only by 649 votes. So we're very confident now with the failures of the Labour government for 13 years and the failure of delivery for the last 10 years with the current Labour MP, Dudley needs a change.
But in a traditional Labour heartland, it seems change may be further away than the Conservatives would like.
Back in May, an explosive Lord Ashcroft survey of 26 marginal seats found that Labour would win all but one, including Dudley North.
Out of 1,000 voters, 40% said they'd vote Labour. That's up by 1% on the last general election. 24% said they'd vote Conservative, a 13% drop. Lib Dems were on 4% of the vote, down by 7%, but UKIP did well, 27%, up by 18%. But never mind the polls, are the voters happy with the current government?
You think the economy's looking up?
Yeah, they're doing well in the economic side, you know.
UKIP will take a lot of votes, because UKIP did well in the European elections in Dudley.
UKIP gained 7 seats in the local elections in May, so how much of a bite can Team UKIP take out of the main party's share?
Vote for what you believe in. Don't worry about the Conservatives saying, oh, you'll let Labour in. Vote for the policies and the candidate you actually believe in, and we can win.
The Lib Dems look set to come a distant fourth. They haven't selected a candidate yet. But what does the current Labour incumbent make of his chances?
I would never take anybody's support for granted, and I'm out there talking to people all the time and trying to act on their concerns. But look, what people tell me is this: they listen to George Osborne and David Cameron saying, you know, the recession's over, it's all fine, everything's hunky-dory. But try telling that to young people in Dudley.
This one small battleground is one of a key handful in the Midlands that will help decide the outcome of next year's war. Its would-be conquerors say it's in the market for change.
Catherine Stancheshin. And now, of course, Emma, UKIP say that they have their tanks on Labour's lawn. That means they're really going to go after you in places like Dudley North, and they could also damage your chances of targeting some of the Tory seats here as well.
I think the UKIP conference has shown that they've got nothing to say to working people. I think it's clear that actually it's a party that's more Tory than the Tories. Nigel Farage is an ex-Tory, an ex-banker, he's a Thatcherite, and now he's having Tory MPs defect to UKIP.
So the big threat is to you?
I think the big threat is to across the political mainstream. But the important message, as was shown in that piece, as the gentleman referred to, the economy is going to be the #1 issue. And when you look at the gap between economic credibility between us and Labour, it's about 25 points.
But Ian Austin, in that report there, clearly said that the effects of your much vaunted improvement in the economy are just not being felt by most of the voters, especially young people on the ground in places like Dudley.
It's going to take time, and we appreciate that. And nobody, I think, is proclaiming that we're out of the woods on this. But we do
and the Ashcroft poll suggests that it isn't working. Your slump in fortunes there was catastrophic.
But also, what the poll also showed is an awful lot of people haven't made up their minds. And there's a poll this morning which shows exactly the same, that most voters will now actually go to the polling booth and will make up their mind very, very late in the day.
Very briefly, you do have a lot of slender majorities to defend. It's not just in Dudley. Briefly, if you would.
But we have terrific MPs like Ian Austin who are actually engaging with their constituents on some of the most sensitive issues like immigration. He's done public meetings galore on all of these issues, and I think that he's got a good chance. We don't take it for granted, but he's got a good chance because he's an excellent MP.
Thank you. Right, let's go back to the Conservative conference. That's